Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Taylor, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. Now that's brought in by Washington. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. To throw is Jackson. And he fires one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4th. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. So a special teams mistake on a long butt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, terrific return, everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides when that derriere dip, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Jackson now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens are in for 6.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Jackson, and this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
Hurry up, here we go. 3.
Throwing is Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They get it to him running left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. This is Harris. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens have broken the tie. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Taylor. Oh, some strong running. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Now let's go.
Here's Jackson. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 39 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll toss to Harris. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, a nice spin. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the 2nd.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Got an open man. It's Washington. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run with Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Now Jackson on 1st down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go now.
Now Jackson on second down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
To throw on second down, Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Now let's go.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Going up into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And now look at him go. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Leopard! Leopard!
To throw is Jackson on 1st and 10. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Now, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit!
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Operating from the gun. Jackson flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they've got a man that's caught inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jackson will throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He's got daylight. The 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete here on third down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He just got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go to the ground again with Taylor. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Elsewhere, they have gone to the 2nd half in Carolina. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Jackson throwing on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Let's go. Hot. Hot.
Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Here's Harris. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Bud Dupree, a former 1st-round pick, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Play action. Now Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens are in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Leopard!
Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now. as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Green.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Bud Dupree in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Back now in Baltimore, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. The give to Taylor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Jackson now. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzed, and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
Watching now, Barney.
Here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
On second down, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Jackson now on second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Jackson, and a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on third down, Jackson flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Jackson now from the downhill throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. And And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff working right. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that...
Out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm too up right